What's up? Welcome back. I hope you are having an amazing day because we are back in Green Hell. We are back in the jungle and we are on our way to find out what is on the new map that we found in that little locked tool shed. I don't know what you would call it. It almost looked like a little tiny research building. There was some notes in there. And there were definitely people here before us. Mind you, I say that with a question mark because I'm starting to question how long we've been here. Which is obvious because of how the guy on the radio was talking to us, especially because he knew who we were, also knew where we were, which means that we have probably been there before, maybe even for the same reason. So, I don't know. I think we've been wandering around the jungle for a while. I think that's my theory, is that we weren't just running over a cliff and running away. We still don't know what we were running away from, but I don't think it's something that happened within 24 hours. Do I know what? No. But it seems like we've been here a while. So I guess we'll see. We're going through this cave right now, at least. To this other area. I'm glad that blue cord was there because I probably would have gotten lost, even though this seems like a pretty linear cave. I didn't really see any other turnoffs, so it was pretty easy to find the exit. And of course we came up to this really cool area that's essentially all just like waterfalls falling into a pit, and it just looks so cool. I mean, if it was a flatter area, we probably could have built a really cool base here, but I've noticed that if the ground is uneven, or depending on how uneven it is, it's harder to build on, which kind of sucks. There's not a lot of space here too, and technically for survival, because it seems like there's not a lot of space, there probably wouldn't be a lot of plants and stuff. But at least there's water. There's water there. Now, that cliff is a lot higher than the other cliff, so I was smart this time and actually went looking for the path, which really wasn't hard to find. I mean, there's essentially a dock right there. So, at least there is that.
Mia, are you there?
I also tried talking to Mia a little bit more because I wanted to know if you keep going through the dialogue options, maybe she'll reply. I'm kind of freaked out that she hasn't gotten back, especially when she was like, "Don't leave me behind, go home." All dramatic like and stuff. Because that's interesting too, please, especially Mia. When initially she was calling out for help and she wanted us to come, and because she needed us. It's weird for her to be like, "Hey, just leave me, I'm fine. Just go home." So, I'm really interested in that and what's happening to Mia, and I'm really hoping that we can find her. But we've got another climby boy here, so we'll go down. And I was super thankful that this is just a little cave. I was really worried that we would just be dropped into water and I would have to swim more. Because me and water don't mix, especially in these games, because there's usually scary stuff in the water. Scary stuff that I don't like, with teeth. Lots
Mia,
of them.
come in, please.
I mean, I am kind of surprised so far that the only thing that I've seen water-wise is the crocodiles or the alligators. So I am actually kind of hopeful that we'll see more, because I love and hate that shit. It freaks me out, but I don't know, I like and hate it at the same time. It's like I absolutely love sharks, but they scare the ever-living shit out of me. But of course now we are in this giant water area, and if you missed that in the corner, I totally missed him until I was building our little base here that we're gonna put up. But there was a turtle! A cute little turtle boy. This is when I noticed him and I was like, oh, I want his shell, because they hold so much more water than the coconut bowls do. So I was kind of sad that I had to end his little life, but I needed his shell. And I did what I thought was the smarter thing, and I just kind of left it out when it started raining so it would collect water while I was building the base, because I was afraid that my water levels would get too low. So while we were making a fire and a place to sleep and all that good stuff, he was just kind of hanging out there and collecting water. I also filled up the bigger canteen while we were here, just in case we needed it later. Because it doesn't look like it's far on the map, but you never know, and I might get lost again, so who knows? I thought it was a good idea. We have way too many painkillers. Mind you, I haven't had to use them at all, so I don't know. They're supposed to bring up your sanity, but I'm not sure if they actually do anything else. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know, maybe they're good for poison. I mean, that would kind of make sense. Would it? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been bit by anything. So we are pretty much emptying our backpack and going on our merry way. Now, here, I was a little worried about just jumping in the water because I didn't really know what was there, and I didn't really want to get bitten by anything because in this game that could actually be a death sentence. So I saw some fish in the water, but I didn't really know if they were hostile or not. So I tried to keep my distance. I did notice though after a while that there's actually little paths in the water. It's hard to see where they are unless you're like almost on top of them. But there are little paths in the water between the little islands and stuff. So once I figured that out, it was kind of easy to traverse. And as usual, I'm literally picking up every single thing along the way. I think I have a problem. I mean, it's good to be prepared though, especially with the nuts and stuff. For me, I find the things that are hardest to find are the nuts, like the fats. So I always try to grab them when I see them. Yeah, this area is really cool. And I love the those style of trees where you can see the roots above ground. They're just really cool.
May I have to tell you something? Please, come
Yeah,
in.
you can kind of see the little path in the water there almost. But the rest of the area looks relatively deep. Backpack is always full. Always. I couldn't just leave the meat there though. I had to go back for it. I'm at least glad that once you harvest it, it kind of puts it in different areas of the backpack, so it didn't take up as much room, which was great. So we just kind of continued along, and like before, we're still going south. We just seem to keep going in the same direction, which, I mean, is not a bad thing. It's easy to remember. And I think I would have been completely lost in this game if we didn't have the compass. I am not usually super directionally inclined, so I'm at least glad that we have that in a map. Because, oh my gosh, we would not be getting this far without a compass. Yeah, that water looks so deep when you're just looking at it. It looks like deep and creepy and murky. There was no way I wanted to jump in there. Oh my gosh. I was expecting to find more alligators in this area, and I am surprised we actually haven't seen any yet. It seems relatively tame in this area, which is technically a good thing. Technically. And it wasn't hard to find the bigger island that was super close to the area that we had to go. And I just took the dive. It looked like there wasn't going to be any other way there. Thank God we're safe. There was nothing that like attacked me in the water. So I'm not sure if there's specific areas maybe in this area where there's spoopy stuff. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back in and we'll swim around a little and see what's up. I'd love to go to the more open areas and see if there's anything in the water too. I don't know, just to be aware. I'm always that loser that's like, oh, open body of water. What did they do with that? What's in there? Is there a giant creepy monster thing? I always have to know what's in there, and then I never want to go in again. But right now, anyway, it seems like it's relatively safe as long as you keep moving. I'm surprised that swimming doesn't deplete your energy bar too, because running does. And I feel like swimming is almost as taxing. I don't know, that's just me. So we're pretty much almost at the location. And I'm glad it wasn't that hard to find. Mind you, it's almost the same thing as the airstrip. It's pretty much like on that edge of the map where you could essentially just follow and you'd still be able to find it.
Yeah, you're not gonna believe this.
So we found this. It's almost like a military installation is what it looks like. And it looks like one of the tents is closed. I don't know if we can go in there. And they just kind of left all their shit. Like, it almost looks like they left in a hurry. And everything's all covered. Like, this stuff has been here for a while. A while. It's all overgrown, and I wonder if the solar panels and stuff are still working, though. Wouldn't that be cool if you could just,
Mia?
like,
Are you there?
reuse the base? Because they would have power and stuff.
I'll keep looking
If
for
you
you
could get
anyway.
those up and running, which would be really cool. Yeah, there were a lot of people here at one point. And I'm just gonna take all their shit. I love areas like this because it's so easy to keep your all your stats up with all the like canned food and the jerky, and I even found military rations, which was awesome. Mind you, of course, I couldn't get it to fit in my bag, so I'm like, cool, we're just gonna drop the painkillers. We don't need those, right? We found another safe spot, and of course we can sleep in here too because there are all those beds. So we did that. This almost can be like a little base of operations too while we're kind of going through and figuring out what else is in the area, because there's, I think it was just this spot on the map. So we'll grab everything under the sun. And then we'll probably sleep. Oh, I didn't realize that shit on the board there. Last transport. Yeah, so I'm kind of surprised if they were leaving. They didn't pack up. They just left everything.
Dr. Smith, report number 23. Again, it's about Higgins. His behavior is starting to spiral out of control, and his obsession with his wife's health is disrupting the team's work. Once again, I want to make it clear that I don't have the professional knowledge to diagnose him. but I suspect a mental breakdown. It's getting worse with each day. Should I put him on medication? We have some sedatives on hand. Please advise. Oh, I almost forgot. I've packed all the specimens according to the new guidelines. I hope this time they will reach their destination without any problems. End of
Oh,
report.
shit. We've been here for a while. If we were... So that means that we came here with whatever this installation is. So in the beginning of the game, does that mean when Jake was telling Mia that, oh, they set up a tent for us, we were here with this... Because it looks like a military installation or something. Wow. And of course so he did know, but he forgot, I guess, with whatever is going on in his head. Obviously he's having issues if they thought he was having a mental break. So, wow. I wonder how long we've been here then. And what were we running away from? And I know one of the notes there was talking about they're doing research on all the flora that are in the area. So I'm guessing they're trying to find what Jake was writing about in his book. That, or he told them. And maybe this is AmuCorp or whatever, from the last time we drank the ayahuasca, the letter that he got from the company that wanted to do research on the flora that he had found in this jungle. Maybe it's them, and he was here with them, him and Mia, and they were just doing research on it. But that also makes me think that at some point they gave up. Which also doesn't make sense. Or they were trying to find maybe other stuff in the jungle that could be of use. I don't know. I'm really bad at coming up with theories. I kind of just follow the story and I'm like, what? Until the end. Okay, so we have another map too that we found. So there's another location that's in the opposite direction of another location. So we have two places to go. I think the first place we're gonna go is on that little island there, because to me, that is the same, that's the same symbol as the ayahuasca thing. So what was it, Lambda 2 is what they called it? So I think we're gonna go there first because I have a feeling that it's gonna be another ayahuasca area, and I'm assuming that's what's going to have us progress in the story. I haven't seen a cave yet though, so I'm not even sure where it's gonna take us. Yeah, at this point I just said fuck it, we're gonna swim. Fuck it, I didn't get eaten before. Let's just cross our fingers and go right into it. Plus, it wasn't very far. It was almost like a straight shot. And I mean, hey, we're still alive. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I was on this other bigger island here. I was right! I was right. We gotta drink the ayahuasca again. And usually with all this stuff, all the stuff that you need is actually in the area, which is great. It's not like we have to travel far. I mean, you can already see in the screen those big trees with the vines. There's one there. Initially, I was looking for those red berries first. But since I knew the tree was there, might as well just grab that. My backpack is full again. It's always full. There's so much stuff to pick up. So of course we had to make room for it. I'm not using the feathers, so we just destroyed those. I had to get rid of the tobacco leaves too, because, I mean, we're not using them right now. There were a bunch of empty cans, so when you eat the stuff that's in the cans, you get these empty cans, which I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do with them. Maybe like cooking stuff. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't even try to figure it out, but I probably could. There's probably tons of uses for them. But we grabbed the vine, and it actually took me a moment to find the berries. There was definitely none on the actual island itself. I had to go looking around for a minute, and I'm pretty sure everything is kind of randomly generated in that sense. So if you're playing, there might actually be one of those plants on that island, so I would always just give it a check, just in case, because then you don't have to leave and come back. So we just went back to the mainland, and I kind of looked around there, and I am slowly losing hope that there is any predator in this water. I think it's pretty safe. So, anywho, it even took me a while to just find it on this island. So I kind of just took a peek around, and it's surprisingly hard to find. Like every other time we've kind of gone looking for it, it hasn't been this hard to locate. So it took me a hot minute to do kind of a walk around and see if I could find it anywhere. I mean, it's not that hard to spot either, because mostly everything else is green. It's relatively low to the ground, and you can see the berries. And there was another path that I followed too. I was kind of expecting the cave to be there, but it wasn't. Oh, good thing I have water. Oh, the sun coming through the trees when it's getting darker looks so nice. Oh, Harley, don't step on the keyboard. I love you, but don't step on the keyboard. I love my cats so much. Oh, but that looks so pretty. I was almost tempted to jump in the water and just see if there was anything in there. Just go. But we at least did find a plant there. I know I totally missed one earlier. There's actually one in front of the tent that we were in before, but of course I didn't see that. Oh, I'm so unobservant, I swear. So, of course, we made our way back to the island. And we are pretty much ready to make the ayahuasca. And I think I'm actually going to call it here, and we will drink the ayahuasca in the next video. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, feel free to subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me, and we will see you next time. Bye!